Hey, what's going on, everyone? Coach Joey coming in. It's January 9th, the second Monday of New Year's, and getting back on track with our kind of Monday series in reference to nutrition. So a little cool out today, so I'm not in my normal gym clothes, so I do apologize for that. But I kind of wanted to talk about some things that me and Coach Vilma decided to introduce into the gym to kind of help people get on track with their nutrition. And a lot of people who come into the gym, their main focus is usually body composition related, meaning that you want to lose a little bit of body fat, you want to gain a little bit of lean muscle mass, you have a specific thought in your mind of what you'd like your body or physique to look like. And obviously getting into the gym is a big start. And then secondly, getting on track with your nutrition is kind of the next component that's involved when you're really trying to take control of your body composition goals. So those of you who haven't been at the gym that long, a service that we've always offered was a remote nutrition consulting, and kind of how that worked. It was pretty intrusive, and we do pretty much 24/7 access to the members that we've worked with over time, and there's some members who had some really great success, and it's a really big accountability thing. Now I understand that for a lot of you, you're not looking for something that intrusive. So coming into the new year, I put some different things together that will kind of help people get on track. And this way you can kind of pick and choose what's going to work best for you. So the first thing that I want to say is I've worked with a handful of people leading up into the new year, and it got to where there was quite a few that I was working with. And those of you who I've been working with, I want you guys to know that I will continue to work with you if you do decide that you need the help, regardless of what I'm getting ready to go over with you guys today. You guys came up to me, and as your CrossFit coach, my job is kind of make sure that I keep you guys on track. But moving forward, I have to kind of block some time to handle some of the people that I've been working with. So I want to talk about some of the new programs that we're going to offer here in the gym. Obviously, you can work with myself one-on-one when it comes to your nutrition consulting, or you can, obviously work with Coach Vilma when it comes to your nutrition consultant as well. And collectively, we'll try to keep you on track. So first things first, typically if you're somebody who's interested in getting some advice on your nutrition, there's a little bit of homework you have to do. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've learned that if there's certain things that you can't commit to right up front, that for lack of a better term, it usually turns into a waste of time. And I'm not saying for everybody, but I'm saying this is just in my experience of working with people over the last 9 years in the fitness industry, especially when it comes to nutrition. So I am always open and available to sit down and talk to you about nutrition as long as you'd like. It doesn't cost you anything. You come in and you tell me that you want to set up a time to sit down and talk about some of your nutrition stuff, and I'm more than happy to do that. But there has to be some homework that you complete first. So if you're interested in getting some help with your nutrition, the first thing that I need you to do, or that I ask for you to do, is write down 4 days of everything that you eat. And I need to know an approximation. I don't need to know the exact calories or macros and micros and all that other stuff, just an approximation. So does it look like 8 ounces of chicken? Does it look like a half a cup of rice? Does it look like 2 servings of Cheerios? Did you eat both Pop-Tarts in the package? I don't care what it is. I just need to know an approximation of the amount. The second thing that I need to know is the time of day that you eat. Anytime you put something in your mouth, I need to know as close to exactly what time it is. So that way, as I go to give you some of this information, I'll be able to help you get started appropriately based on some of the eating habits that you have. I'm a big believer in making small changes along the way. That's going to create longevity. It's going to allow you to have the willpower to continue to push on. So I don't ever just give you like the cut and dry black and white meal plan, because everybody knows what they need to eat. But this will give me a better shot as far as getting you on track. Now, during the initial consult, when we sit down and I'm looking at the paperwork, usually when you bring me your paper, I'll make notes on it for a day or two, and we'll set up an appointment where we could kind of sit down and go over some of the findings that I have. I'll say recently, the best way to get me that stuff is probably going to be email. I've made a little bit of mistake with one of our members. I still apologize, Jessica. I lost her papers. If you guys ever see my desk, it's usually a mess. So email is a great way. I'm even a big fan of the text messaging, but email is a little bit easier for me to print out. And then if something happens to it, I always have it. All right. But that being said, you bring in the 4 days, that's kind of like your ticket to cross the bridge. And I will sit here, and if we have to sit down and talk for an hour, if we have to sit down and talk for a half hour, if we have to sit here and talk for 4 hours, I'll give you as much information and answer as many questions as you'd like. And hopefully in that conversation, you'll be able to take that information that I give you and be able to make some of the changes that you need to make. And we could lay out a plan right there and get you going. Now, if you're looking for a little bit of extra help in either A, meal planning, or B, accountability, we've added a couple new programs outside of our standard remote nutrition consulting. So our normal remote nutrition consulting, we've kind of adjusted it a little bit. The normal remote nutrition consulting, how that works is pretty much what it is it's a 24/7 access to either myself or Coach V that keeps you accountable as you're eating and going through your day. So you send us pictures of everything that you eat. We make you keep track of all of your calories and your macros. We do weekly check-ins to make sure that things are going in the right direction. And then if there's anything that's out of line, we try to make adjustments on the fly. So it's literally like a turning wheel the whole time. For a lot of you, you've done really, really well with some of the people that I've worked with. For some of you, it's a little bit harder to stay on track, and we kind of do our best to get you going. But usually the people that I work with have been really, really successful with that. But it's very, very intrusive. So that's like a remote nutrition, highest level of kind of nutrition consultant that we're going to offer here at the gym moving forward. Now, me and Coach V decided that we wanted to come up with two other options, and this is going to be dependent on kind of what your requirements or what your needs are as far as getting on track with nutrition. Most people that I sit down with, it's usually pretty simple to kind of get them on track. So the first one is we're going to do a base nutrition program. Essentially what this is this is going to be meal planning. So this is going to be us giving you meal plans that are based on some of the things that you've been doing, what your goals are, trying to bridge the gap, and along the way making sure that you're consuming at least food that you like. Obviously there's going to have to be some concessions made. There's going to be some foods that you may or may not like, but at the end of the day, it's just food. It's not going to kill you. It's not poison. So sometimes you just have to choke some stuff down that you may not like, but I try to avoid that as much as possible because I want to set you up for success and I don't want you to be miserable. So that's the base nutrition. Now, we've decided that we're going to offer up an in-between, and we're going to do what's called an advanced nutrition. The advanced nutrition is going to work pretty similar to the remote nutrition, but instead of that 24/7 turning wheel, it's going to be just monthly check-ins. The meal planning stuff is going to be a little bit more dynamic, meaning that every through the course of the advanced nutrition, we'll send you new fresh meal plans, meaning that as we start to understand and develop kind of what your likes, your dislikes are, what's working, what's not working, we'll be able to kind of manipulate your meal planning based around that. And how are we going to know that? We're going to do, instead of weekly check-ins, we'll do monthly check-ins. So essentially we'll set up a time where you come in, spend about a half hour, an hour sitting down with myself or Coach V. We'll do some measurements, take some pictures, make sure that things are going in the right direction, talk about things that are working, talk about things that aren't working, and then hopefully that'll keep you going in the right direction. So it's kind of like an in-between. So some people just want the meal plan. Some people want the 100% accountability where me or Coach V is staying on your butt to keep you on track. That advanced nutrition is going to put you somewhere in the middle. And you know, that in my opinion, that's usually around what most people need. Some people prefer the heavy accountability, but usually with that advanced nutrition program, we should be able to kind of keep you on track and get you to where you want to be as far as your body composition goes. All right, you guys. Like I said, anybody that I've been working with up until this point, as far as giving them meal plans, anybody in the gym for that matter, obviously, if you have any questions about nutrition, I'll always be able to answer them pretty haphazardly and get you going in the right direction. But if you want some real help, like I said, I need 4 days of everything that you kind of eat. If it's calories in liquid form, then obviously I need to know about that as well. And then we could sit down and kind of, you know, go over everything front to back, and you could take that information and do what you want with it. Hopefully it's enough to get you on track. But if you feel like you need a little bit of extra help, we want to be here for that also. All right, you guys, I'm going to try to attach a link. So if you do want to set up a time for a consult, that's the thing where you click on that, sign up. It'll let me know that you want to do that. I'll send you an email and say, hey, I got the confirmation. This is the 4 days, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right, you guys. So Coach Joey, I'll see everybody in the gym this afternoon. Happy Monday, January 9th. And anybody who's not a part of the gym, if you have questions or concerns about any of that, obviously you could click that link below. I'll be more than happy to sit down and talk to you about nutrition. You don't have to be a member here at the gym. All you have to do is give me that 4 days, and I'll be able to help get you on track. All right, you guys. Coach Joey out. See you this afternoon.